guys, and welcome back to another video here on my channel. Tiana here, of course. So today's video, I'm going to be doing a tested out Tuesday video, and today I have some makeup that I got from Target. And I always saw this brand, but I thought it was a little bit too pricey for me to try out. So probably about 3-4 weeks ago, it went on sale for like $8.99, $9.99. I thought it was like getting discontinued, but now it's back at like 20 bucks. So this is the Hailey's Reset Liquid Matte Foundation. And then I also picked up the Hailey's Revive Concealer Cream. So I don't know how these are going to work. They do look a little bit bright, especially the concealer. This I could probably get in some of the brighter areas on my face. I tried to swatch it in the store, but just based on like another one that someone else had opened, because Target usually does not have tester products. We're gonna see. I think it did come in a few other shades, but we're gonna see. Hopefully these work. I also have some new lashes here that I want to try out by Allure. They're the Wispy Light Lashes 3-pack. I also picked up a new to me Anastasia powder bronzer. This was on like one of the makeup beauty days steals or something like that. It was like 50% off, and I picked it up. I think it was like $19, so I thought that was a good deal. And I also picked up this Milani Volume Mascara, highly rated new mascara, and I like was looking at the difference in the eye, and so hopefully, if you guys can see that, hopefully my mascara looks the same way hers does. So we're gonna see, and maybe I won't have to even apply these lashes today if the mascara turns out well. So if you guys want to see me try out this makeup on my face today, then please keep watching. Not sure if I tried this primer out in my last video, but this is the Revolution Mattify Matte and Fix Primer, and it's kind of new to me. I've only tried it out for about, I don't know, 2 to 3 times now. I haven't worn it a whole lot. I've kind of not been wearing primer, and that's kind of more of like, I guess, a lazy thing than me trying to switch up my makeup routine thing. And I really haven't, to be honest, I haven't noticed much difference. I'm liking that it's finally getting cooler outside though, because we need this cooler weather so that makeup can last longer, the hair can last longer, and everybody's happy. So as I was saying in the intro, don't know if this is going to be the right shade, but this is the 7.15, so 715 warm. It says, for best results, apply with a sponge, build to full coverage by layering as needed. So I've never heard of this brand. If you guys have heard of this brand, leave it down in the comment section below. So I'm going to be interested in trying it out today. I'm actually going to do one side with the sponge and one side with the brush, because I like to try out my foundations like that. I usually apply my foundations with a brush, so I definitely want to see how it applies with the brush. But I don't know if they're thinking that it's just going to pack on too much with the brush and they want you to kind of go on a little lighter with the sponge. Hence why it says layer. Packaging is very interesting. I feel like it seems like a lotion kind of by the packaging. Okay, so it's just a pull-off cap. Different. It is very different, very unique. I'm just going to squeeze some onto my sponge. So like I was saying, this is probably going to work really well for like the lighter portions of my face. It's very drying. It does say it is a liquid matte foundation. It is very drying. Like, I don't think I've had a foundation this drying since the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. Like, this is super drying. Like, I mean, like, there was not even, you know how when you apply like a liquid foundation or a liquid product, you feel like a little bit of like a coolness as you're applying it? This was like super drying as it went on. I'm going to apply a little bit more because the sponge did really spread it out very fast. And like I said, it instantly dried. Like, it's pretty much a matte finish, but I am seeing a very kind of like medium coverage on that first application that you put on. So I'm going to put a little bit more on. I'm interested to see how it's going to work with the brush side. Maybe it won't do this with the brush. And then I'm just going to take the rest and put it in my forehead area. Little dabs. So it looks, the color I'm actually not mad about. Like, I actually really like the color. I think it's very consistent with the other side of my face. So the color looks really good. The coverage though, I still see like this dark area here. I don't know. It's very dry. And I would say kind of lightweight. It doesn't feel heavy. Like it just immediately dries, and it does give you like kind of like a really nice skin finish because it just looks like my skin. Like I can't even really tell I have any on, to be honest with you. What do you guys think? It looks very medium. I would give it very medium to full coverage. Not completely full, but I guess, I don't know. And it's starting, because it's so drying, I feel like a third layer might be pushing it with the cakiness, because I feel like it's starting to kind of show a little bit of its kind of layering effect. So we're going to go on the other side with a brush, and I'm just going to squeeze it onto the brush. So I just put like a dab onto the brush. Okay, it still feels drying even when applying it with the brush. It almost goes on like a cream, what is it? One of those cream to powder foundations. It almost goes on like that. If you guys remember, kind of like, I don't know, I have not used one of those foundations in a while, but that's kind of what it reminds me of, because it dries so fast and it looks kind of powdery when you're like, when it dries, like as soon as you put it on and then it's done kind of like being moved around and blended, it kind of has like that powdery finish. I don't like the way it's looking in these areas. I feel like it's kind of showing a little bit of texture in these areas, and I don't know if that's just because it's not really like super full coverage, or if it's just a little bit drying. I also kind of see the reason why you would want to do it with a sponge, because immediately when I apply it with the brush, I feel like I'm already at the same level of coverage as I am with this side, and I did 2 layers with the sponge. I am actually really surprised by the color, because I was nervous. I was not, like, this color was looking a little light. Like, you guys can see my hand, it was looking a little light, but it actually looks pretty good. Now the concealer, on the other hand, is very light, and this says it's medium dark, and it's coming up on camera pretty much how it looks in real life. So it's not like it's coming up super light on camera. It's coming up pretty much how it is in real life. I don't know, the price point is a little bit pricey, I guess, for what you get, for what I'm seeing so far. The same kind of applicator like a lot of other concealers. So I'm gonna just go ahead and, ooh, child, this is not medium dark. Where? Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, where? Medium dark where? So I have not had a concealer this light in years. I'm gonna just go in and start blending it out. I'm gonna go in with the other side of the sponge as well, because I am looking a little bit pale underneath the eye. So I'm gonna just take the other side of the sponge and just kind of go over it with any foundation that I have left, and that'll kind of tone down that color. As you can see, it's still a bright under eye, but it still toned it down a little bit. I would advise them to change the name, because I don't know who. Medium dark, everybody has a different definition of medium dark. This is how it looks before I tone it down with the other side of the sponge. Just kind of, if you have anything like a brush also with a little bit of foundation on it, you can just go over your concealer that maybe it's a little bit too light, and just kind of go over it, and that'll help blend it in a little bit better. So as you can see, it's kind of starting to tone it down a little bit. So I'm not mad at the coverage. I feel like I probably should apply just a little bit more on this side, since I did go kind of crazy on this side. I'm not mad at the coverage. I'm mad at the colors. I don't know anything about the Haley's brand, so I'm going to probably Google it before the end of this tutorial. We're going to hope the Anastasia bronzer comes through for us, because we're a little light. Okay. So overall, I will say I like the concealer better than I do the foundation. I just like the finish of it a lot better. It's not as drying as the foundation, which is a good thing, because I don't like dry under eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and set this, because I don't know how it will do if I don't. So I'm going to be using my Milani translucent medium deep setting powder. So yeah, it doesn't look too bad after I kind of blended it down with the foundation brush and the sponge, and now that I'm kind of going in with a setting powder that's a tad bit darker than the concealer, it's of course kind of toning down now, so that's a good thing. I'm not doing eyeshadow today since I don't have anything to try out. So I'm just going to kind of powder my eyes up. So I'm going to go do my brows really fast. It's not a new product. And then I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to try out the bronzer now. This is the Anastasia powder bronzer. It's for face and body. It says it creates a natural matte, traceless finish for a buildable coverage. Now, I love the packaging on Anastasia products. I will admit, when I saw these swatches, so like, you know how they have the colors in the store, and I'm like, oh, this is a really good bronzer. Like, this is a really good color. This is my first high-end bronzer because I always, you guys know I'm a fan of the CoverGirl bronzer or the Black Radiance palette. Those are my two favorite bronzing products just to warm up the skin. I'm not big into contouring. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, this is something I can finally buy that's high-end. It's inexpensive because it's on sale. Now, when I saw the shades in the store, I was like, oh, this should work. But who is this a bronzer for? This is mahogany, you guys. But, you know, we're going to give it a try. I'm going to grab my Sonia Kashuk bronzing brush, and I'm just going to tap it in here. And we're going to see. So, I don't know. I see a little bit. I mean, I see something. You guys see that? Their difference. I have a natural contour. So, like, I can naturally see this. Like, this is no product. It just naturally stands out. I feel like I can see something. I see something enhanced. I don't know. I feel like this might end up being a good just all over setting powder. Like all over face powder for me. Maybe if I was like 2 shades lighter, maybe this would be good for a bronzer. I haven't really got much of a tan, so I can't really say, oh, you know, this will be good for the winter. You know. I will say that I did apply a little bit more on the forehead, and I can kind of see how it definitely warms up my forehead area. It's definitely doing something. It's not, I will say it's not as bam in your face bronze as like the CoverGirl bronzer because it starts out a lot darker. But the CoverGirl bronzer is a lot more red, and I feel like this is not as red as that bronzer is. I'll give this a thumbs up for now. I think it's a decent bronzer, so I kind of like it. All right, so I'm going to go in with the mascara now because like I said, I'm not going to be applying any eyeshadow today because I didn't feel like pulling out an eyeshadow palette, to be honest with you guys. But I want to try this out. It says it's 94% saw double lash thickness, 91% saw dramatic volume in one stroke. So hopefully it does something for my lashes today. This is just what the packaging looks like. It's a black and gold packaging, and it has stars all over it because it's the highly rated mascara. And like I said, the goal is to just apply this mascara and not have to wear the lashes today. I feel like I see it doing something, but I feel like it's not like moving my lashes. Like, I like to apply mascara, and I like to like position my lashes with the mascara. I feel like that's what you're supposed to do. My lashes are kind of like more turned outwards. So instead of them being like this, they're just kind of like this, if that makes sense. They're just turned outwards. And so I have to kind of like fan them out with the wand. And I feel like on this side, they're not really like moving as much. We'll say, see, as this side, I really do like this side, if you guys can see the detail. But this side's kind of like clumping up. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I had some leftover mascara from earlier or something. I'm not mad at it. I think it does look pretty good for a first application. I feel like though with mascaras, they're so hit or miss because sometimes when you first pull it out, you know how you get that fresh amount of product off the wand and it's just like amazing. But then probably like maybe a week or 2 into using it, it kind of dries out and then you don't get that product on the wand anymore, and then it just doesn't look as good. I also like when mascaras can be like an all-in-one, because sometimes I have to use a different mascara for my lower lash line and then I use a different one for my upper lash line. And I do love the fact that sometimes a mascara can be just an all-in-one mascara. As you can see, it just really just brought out my eyes more, especially since I'm not doing any eyeshadow today. Okay guys, so I am done applying my makeup and finished with kind of like the tested out portion. So I'm just giving my final thoughts on everything that I used today. So starting off with the foundation, so far so good. I Don't really like the fact that as soon as you start to apply it, it dries up immediately, no matter whether that's the sponge or the brush. Don't really like that. No, I just like that kind of like cooling feeling when I apply my foundation, and it just immediately kind of like, it doesn't stick in place, but it just like dries. Like it just seems like it just, as soon as it hits onto your face, and it's just really weird. I guess that's just something I'll have to get used to the more I wear this foundation. I do like the fact that it doesn't have a smell. Lately I've been using foundations, you guys know, and they have smells, and I feel like this one doesn't really have a smell, which is really nice. Okay, so I did go to Target's site really fast to look up this foundation, and you guys, it has 5 stars. And it also says here that it's formulated without fragrance, paraben, sulfates, and I don't know how to pronounce that last word, but yeah, that. So that's really good, and that's why it doesn't have a smell. So that's good as well. And it's also vegan and cruelty free. I really want to like it, so I'm definitely going to try it out throughout this week. Okay, so as far as the concealer goes, definitely got the wrong shade. They have 2, so this is medium dark neutral, and as I'm looking here on the computer, they have 2 medium dark neutrals. I don't know if they're the same. You guys, this does not look like what I'm seeing on the screen. I want you guys to Google this foundation and let me know if you see this. What do you think this is to you? Because to me, this does not look medium dark at all. Of course, I was able to make it work, but someone who is a little bit darker than me, if they pick up this medium dark, then, you know, they might be a little bit confused. I will say I really did like the concealer. I think that it wasn't as drying, so that's a really good thing because it didn't have the same consistency as the foundation does. The concealer retails for $16. It also has 5 stars on Target.com as well. So you guys, this might be, it might be a winner. Like it definitely might be a winner. The foundation and concealer definitely might be a winner. As far as the bronzer goes, I would say it was a little bit light, but I think after layering it up a little bit, I did see a little bit of warmth here on my forehead, and I did see a little bit of difference here on my cheeks, but I'm not really looking for a whole lot of darkness or contour. Like I said, I don't contour a whole lot because I do have that natural kind of contour going on. So I do like this, and I am glad that I caught it on a sale because I think I probably would have been a little bit more disappointed in it if I would have bought it for $40 because I don't think that it's better than my CoverGirl or my Black Radiance bronzer. That's just my opinion, but I will continue to use this, of course, because I did spend money on it and it does work. It just takes a little bit more time. For the mascara, I definitely did like it. I don't think it is as life-changing as what they showed, you know, the comparison here. Like, it literally looks like a completely, like, it looks like she has on false lashes, and I don't think I got that same effect, but I usually don't, like, take it to heart when mascaras don't give me that same effect as they have in the picture on the box. I do like this mascara, and I definitely think I will be continuing to use it. It's just not, like, super life-changing mascara. I feel like it's just the same as really some of my other mascaras that I've seen. So yeah, just kind of keep that in mind if you want to try out this. All right guys, so that wraps up this Tested Out Tuesday video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys go out and try out the Hailey's, I guess it's Hailey's foundation and concealer. And if you have tried out the Hailey's foundation or concealer, let me know down in the comment section below what you thought about it. And if you like these Tested Out Tuesday videos, then please give me a thumbs up so I know you do, and I will continue to make them for you. Also, please subscribe so you don't miss out on another one of my videos, and hit the bell notification so you are notified every time I do upload. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.